My name is Sona Jobarteh from the Gambia here in France. The kora is one of the most important instruments that belongs to the mandingue tradition in West Africa. You find it in Mali, Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, and the Gambia. It's an instrument that is not very ancient, but it plays an ancient tradition. And that tradition dates back to around the 13th century. The griots are very much responsible for passing down history from generation to generation because it's oral history. The kora is a little bit like a harp, and there are 21 of these strings, and it's one of the few instruments in the world to have the strings split on two sides of a bridge. This is the side that people see when you play, and this is called a calebasse, and it's something that grows in the ground naturally, and you can get it at any size. And then over the calebasse you have the skin, cow skin, and this is something which is to create a resonance, and then this is why you have the sound hole here where the sound can get out. The rest of the instrument is made from wood. This part I built myself, and this is a modification of the traditional way of building kora, which is actually to have leather rings around the pole which hold the strings in place. But the problem with that is if you travel into different climate, it doesn't stay in tune. When you begin the instrument, you're going to learn the bass line. So that means you're going to be using your thumbs all the time. So for example, there's a song which is one of the first songs that I learned with my father. I think it's one of the songs that he liked the most. And the song is called Bani. This is the bass line. It's an oral tradition, and this is a very important time when you learn the instrument, is that you listen. So if you get something that is too complicated here, it can stop you from listening. And it's like it's at 3 levels. You have like the bass line, then you have like the fingers which can play the theme, then you can also play solo as well. So it's that's kind of the structure of working up. So you can add now. And I often say to people that I don't like to use the word improvise, because improvise have its own meaning. The Western classical tradition, when you talk about improvisation, is very different to what they will call improvisation in this tradition. It have the impression that it's you kind of play anything that you like at a point in time. And people who learn kora quickly see that you can't play anything you like. But there are very important rules that when you don't do them, it doesn't sound right. So it can take time for people to even learn how to be able to improvise in a way that is also sticking inside the tradition. It's just a small part. You can give these different types of improvisation, different types of rhythms you can introduce, and then you can also solo on top of it as well, especially if you're playing two. And usually this instrument traditionally is never played alone. It's always going to be an ensemble where you have another kora, or you have balafon, you have dundu. Now the instrument has become very solo since the players, like the great players like Toumani, who has made it really a solo instrument for so many people now. Since his generation, it's something that people do now, but traditionally before his time, it's also more of an ensemble instrument.